Okay, going to get back on the Jeep today. These wheelhouses, it's time to weld those together. They've been primed. The seams where it's going to get welded, that's been done up with a weld-through primer. And so I was saying, I got weld-through primer at the seams where it's going to be welded. You can see I've got holes drilled here. From the outside sheet metal, this gets welded to the inside of the fender, and so that'll actually look like, from the outside, it'll look like it was spot welded when actually it's plug welded, and I guess that's acceptable in this day and age here. So anyway, we're going to get it kind of getting these put together finally. They've been done for a while, and I just had to straighten out a couple little things, and so anyway, we'll get it welding these, see what we can make it look like. Okay, I've got it fastened down, got it ground on, and I'm going to put a couple of tack welds in through here, up in through here, to get it fastened down. Then I can take the clecos out, and I can move it around the bench a whole lot easier. Right now I'm up against the cleco here, up against the cleco over here, and so anyway, we'll get started, get some welds in there, and kind of show you how it looks afterwards. So here's the wheelhouses, plug welded together, and you can see how when it comes through it just divots the metal, and it kind of mimics a spot weld that would occur, and that's how they were originally built from the factories back in the day. And so in our little cleco holes, we got them plugged up and ground off. So of course the floorboard in the back goes in here. I have yet to make that. That gets welded in between them. The tail light panels go on the back, and then the fenders of course will wrap around. That pretty much would be the back end of the tub. So anyway, we're well on our way here. Alright, with the wheelhouses pretty well set, what we're going to do here is, after we formed the fender on our buck, we realized with a wooden buck we couldn't get this shape to form out. It was just busting into the wooden buck. So in lieu of having somebody machine one out that's metal and do all that nonsense, and I've seen that happen, and that would be great if I was going to be doing this on a regular basis, then yeah, I'd probably go that route. But what we ended up with here is I cut that edge out of there. You can kind of see here where it's been cut out, and then we've made this part. This needs some refining yet, but that will weld in place right in here and create the lip over that we have here. But the problem we ended up with when we got it all formed up, you can see this doesn't move. I get on the fender and all of a sudden it's a teeter-totter. And so I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but if you... Okay, so looking down the top rail of the fender, she's got a pretty good little whoop in her. And I have tried several things to try and take that out of it and straighten that up, because where the wheel house will shape up to the fender, that has to be straight. So what I figured to do is we're just going to cut this edge all the way back. What I was going to end up having to do, because this fender actually folds around to meet the taillight panel, I was going to have to cut about 8 inches back here anyway and do some shaping on that top rail and weld that back in place. Well, it's what, another 30 inches, maybe 28 inches. And I can straighten this out, get this in the, I guess it'd be the shrinker, to straighten that out. There, now we can make her straight. That's going to be hot. But, yeah, we can lay that right out nice. We'll clean up that edge, clean up the edge on that, get that in the shrinker stretcher, and make it right, and then tag it back together. Should be well on our way. Lap disc. We'll see how it does for cleaning up this edge. Now you can kind of see I'm off a good 3/16 of an inch, almost 1/4 of an inch that she's thrown out. So we'll start kind of in the middle here. See if we can't bring it back a little bit. It doesn't usually take much. So holy smoke berries, I might have gone too far right about here. The other way now. Let's see. Let's bring this back. Like I said, it don't take much. Well, since she ain't no church, that's almost close enough right there. We'll just bring this in around a little bit. Oh yeah, we're home. That's it.